Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blueton Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetondesign.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for low-gun equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here,
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Thursday night basketball almost saw an upset of the year here inside the birdcage for the Vermillion boys as they hosted the number one team in Class A. Some would even say the number one team in the state of South Dakota. Vermillion boys went toe-to-toe with Sioux Falls Christian, but came up on the short side of things, which is also a huge deal when you start to think about it, because now Vermillion boys, when it comes to the biggest games so far they have faced this season, you look back to the Lennox game, you look back to Sioux Falls Christian, Vermillion hasn't been able to win those games, and it's so important because those two teams, Lennox, Sioux Falls Christians, are going to be teams that Vermillion has a potential chance of seeing later on this postseason. You can look at some games and say, hey, we lost against a very good opponent, but we're never going to see them. However, that's not the way things work out when it comes to the Region 4A. So now Vermillion boys have to regroup once again this week and get ready for a very busy, chaotic, hectic, confusing week when everything kind of shakes out for what's coming up. First tonight is Crow Creek, an opponent that Vermillion has not seen since the early 1990s. So how do they get ready to take on a team that they just are not familiar with? This is a team that they picked up late in November, so trying to kind of make this transition and get ready for the Chieftains tonight. Then later on this week, back here at home, taking on Del Rapids, a team that is also fighting for their own when it comes to the Region 3A, and a team that has been down when it comes to historic boys basketball in Del Rapids. But we know all about the Couriers and how good they compete year in and year out against the Vermillion Tanagers. That's on Thursday, and then set us up for Saturday, the DAC-12 NEC clash. Taking on an opponent from the Northeast Conference is what is usually on the agenda, but that's not going to happen this year. It will be the Sturgis Scoopers that Vermillion is going to play, and when the schedule was released on Sunday evening, it was set for 11:45 up in Madison's main gym at the high school, but now that has also been changed to 1:15, all in accordance to accommodate the Sturgis Scoopers. So again, a lot of different confusion, a lot of different moving parts that have gone over and on here in the past few days for this Vermillion boys basketball team. And again, they just try to focus on what is currently in front of them and get ready for a Crow Creek team that is coming in at 5-8 on their season. And when looking at this Chieftains team, this is sometimes difficult to judge and what you should expect. There's not a lot of common opponents when it comes to Crow Creek and Vermillion, and there's not a lot you can really focus on or base yourself on when you don't have those common opponents, and sometimes getting film can also be hard. So Vermillion is just going to have to battle through the adversity, and head coach Jay Drake and his group is always ready to battle through the adversity and get ready for a very challenging week. Again, I'm Heath Nimke here on the pregame show. It's time for our first time out, but when we come back, we're going to break down more of what this Region 4A is starting to shape up to be. Right now, Vermillion currently sits in fourth with two teams in front of them that they've already lost against, and another team that is creeping up behind in fifth place, maybe a little bit better than what maybe some people thought of that team. Cole Larsch and Spencer Buley are going to break down more of the region and more of the DAC-12 coming up and get you set for tonight's matchup. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
To keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue 10 Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetindesign.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Thank you, Heath Nimke, and with that, we welcome you inside the birdcage here on the campus of Vermillion High School of Vermillion, South Dakota. I'm Spencer Buley alongside Cole Larsch, getting you set for boys basketball action between the Vermillion Tanagers hosting the Crow Creek Chieftains. Here in the birdcage, Vermillion comes in 8-3 with losses to West Central 62-64, Lennox 36-58, and Sioux Falls Christian 61-74. Cole, as the pep band gets rolling, you look at this Vermillion season overall, other than that one game against Lennox, it has been a very successful year so far.
Yeah, and I think if we think about it, one thing too as well is when you talk to maybe some coaches, and maybe that earlier loss in West Central where they had that big lead, lost it late, and West Central came all the way back and got the shot at the buzzer to win. I think you take away those two losses, I mean, they've played a pretty tough schedule, but also a pretty down schedule. They played some pretty good teams as well as some not so good teams as well, so kind of a mix in there. But, I mean, when you look at the season as a whole and you come in, you think, okay, 8-3, that's probably higher than a lot of people thought. I mean, I don't know you specifically did or not, but it's just one of those deals where, you know, we kind of come in, this Vermillion team, they got a lot of talent from last year, but they also graduated a lot, so it's good for them to see so far that they've succeeded.
Yeah, and they're coming off a really solid game against the number one team that, you know, Lewis Budmeyer said might be the number one team in all of boys basketball this year, Sioux Falls Christian. Played them very well, 61-74, the final score of that one. Cole, it didn't necessarily feel like that was a 13-point game. I mean, at one point, Vermillion cut it down to 4 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I think when a lot of people are going to look at that scoreboard and look at that final, and they're going to say, I mean, this is maybe a team that had their chances, but okay, they kept it within 13. I mean, Sioux Falls Christian's had a couple of close games so far. Not exactly sure how many other close ones than that you're going to get, that 13 points. But when you actually go back and watch the game a little bit and you think about it and you say, okay, here's the chances they had. They missed a lot of open shots on the offensive end as well. They had a lot of good defensive stops on that side as well. So, I mean, when you take a look at, we talked with Trey Hansen after the game as well. He said, yeah, I mean, we just, essentially, without those 4 points late that Sioux Falls Christian scored, they said it was a 9-point ball game and we had plenty of chances, so a lot to learn from it, but you can also take away a lot of good things from that last game against Sioux Falls Christian.
Speaking of Trey Hansen, 34 points in that match against Sioux Falls Christian. Do you expect him to keep that trend going and have another performance like that tonight?
I think if this game is anything like we've seen from the Vermillion Tanagers so far this season, I would tend to say no, but not because he's just going to have an off night, but because somebody else is going to have an on night. You look at, you kind of just think about the balanced scoring overall. Carter Hansen, Luke Jensen, and Trey Hansen leading the way. Then we also saw Gabe Larson was the leading scorer down in Elk Point Jefferson. Landon Cerny's been the leading scorer a couple times so far this season. So, I mean, if history were to repeat itself for the Tanagers, again, I'd have to lean towards maybe the no side of that thing, just based on somebody else having a really big game.
If you look at the standings in Region 4, of course, it's Sioux Falls Christian leading at 10-0. In second, Dakota Valley at 9-3. In third, Lennox at 7-4. In fourth, Vermillion at 8-3. In fifth, Beersford at 7-3. In sixth, Elk Point Jefferson 5-8. And in seventh, Canton at 1-10. Cole, I did some math. I know we were talking about doing some math before this.
Yep.
Region 4, we talk about how competitive it is. It's actually the third most competitive region if you go by how the combined records of the top 5 teams look. Region 2 is statistically the most competitive, 46-13. Region 8, 42-17. But Region 4 very close at 41-13. Those are the combined records of the top 5 teams, if you're curious at all.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show, and I was just kind of looking at the overall standings as well. You talk about Sioux Falls Christian at 1. They're currently the unanimous number 1 across all metrics, media poll, seed points, power rankings, whatever you want to call them. And then the next one, like you said, was Dakota Valley sitting in 2nd in the region. They are 10th in Class A. So you talk about having a really tough Region 4A, but it's also a really tough Class A as well. And we're going to kind of see some of these records and seed points kind of fluctuate out a little bit as the season goes on. I mean, Vermillion, this is their 12th game. Crow Creek, they've played quite a few games more. This is now their 14th game, so they're almost on the downhill of their season so far. But there's a lot of games left to be played, a lot of big games left to be played. You're going to play somebody very similar to you up at the DAC-12 NEC Clash. That was announced. They're actually going to play a AA team in Sturgis, a fill-in team for the Northeastern Conference, because they don't quite have 12 to fill the entire schedule. But it just seems like as the season goes on, it's just going to get, these games going to get more and more important. That's going to be on the boys' side and even on the girls' side as well. I mean, you take a look at Region 4, you take a look at Class A. I think, in my opinion, Class A basketball is going to be the best on both sides this year. We saw it last season. Class A girls was probably the best, but Class B boys might have been better, just the tournament overall. But, I mean, then we had that overtime thriller in the championship in the A side. So I think we're going to see a lot of good basketball from here on out, no matter what team Vermillion plays. But the games keep getting more and more important.
Now, speaking of that, some big matchups taking place tonight. Number 3, Rapid City Christian takes on Receiving Votes Custer tonight at 8:30. Both of those teams 10-2, and then 7-2 and Receiving Votes Spearfish takes on 10-3 and Receiving Votes St. Thomas More at 8:30 in Spearfish. So, like you're saying, a lot of really, really good and really important basketball being played. If we look at the media polls as a whole, Class AA, Lincoln's on top, 9-0. In 2nd, Brandon Valley. In 3rd, Harrisburg. In 4th, Mitchell. And in 5th, Washington. And then receiving votes, O'Gorman, Huron, and Spearfish. In Class A, it's Sioux Falls Christian, 10-0. In 2nd, Hamlin at 10-2. In 3rd, Rapid City Christian at 10-2. In 4th, West Central at 9-2. In 5th, Clark Willow Lake at 10-2. And then receiving votes there, Dakota Valley, Lennox, Thomas More, St. Thomas More, and Custer. And then in Class B, Viborg Hurley is on top of the standings at 12-1. Behind them is Castlewood. In 3rd, Del Rapids St. Mary. In 4th, Wessington Springs. In 5th, Leola Frederick area. And then receiving votes, Parkston and Howard. Cole, while we're on wrapping up this Vermillion part of our pregame show here, worth mentioning that the Vermillion girls got a big win on Saturday at the Irene Wakanda Classic over the number 4 team in Class B, Lyman 54-51. And we talked a lot about the Vermillion Tanager girls and how the back half of their season is so tough. Maybe that's the win that kind of kickstarts some momentum for them.
Yeah, I mean, we look at the girls' schedule specifically. You know, they're in all these classics and things like that, and we knew that coming in that their schedule was going to be pretty tough as Crow Creek just came out there. They wanted to start their layup lines and not going to quite start yet. Not sure. I believe we're going to wait till 5:30 to start the clock so we can start about 5:45. Maybe just for fans to get here a little bit. Officials, maybe we're still waiting on them because it is a very early game here tonight.
Right.
It's scheduled to start about 5:45, 6 o'clock, somewhere in there, depending on where you look. But back to the Vermillion girls. Yeah, you look at their schedule, and they play so many tough games just in their region and in their conference as well that then you go to these classics or even the Holiday Classic in the SCS. They lose to Centerville. Then you go a little later, and they go up to the Hanson Classic, and they lose to Machpealuta, and then they lose to Elk Point and Jefferson. So, okay, they've lost to 3 really good teams, and they took on another really good team in Lyman on Saturday, got the win by 3. I think that's going to be a big momentum boost, kind of get them back on the right track. They've got a decently winnable game against Del Rapids coming up on Thursday. But, I mean, this is a Del Rapids team. I've seen them play twice now. You have to be careful with them because, I mean, we're going to talk about them more, obviously, on Thursday, but it just seems like no matter who you play in this region, in this area, in this conference, you're always going to get a tough game, but a big win on Saturday for the girls.
Yeah, we talked with head coach John Brooks after the Elk Point Jefferson game, and you could sense kind of the urgency in his voice when he was talking about how these girls needed to find a way to get a win. So that's a big one for them. All right, before we flip the script. We're going to go to Crow Creek, 5-8 overall, struggling in Region 6 as they sit in last place, coming off of back-to-back losses, 73-56 against Miller and then 70-57 against Todd County on Saturday. Cole, obviously it's the defense that's struggling for them, and that is not something that is favorable when you're coming into this matchup against the Vermillion Tanagers team, who we've seen shoot the lights out in here.
Yeah, I think one thing we got to look for, a couple things actually, is the buzzer sounds, the thumbs are up. John Roovers is waving the fingers. He's saying, let's go. The Vermillion Pep Band also going here. Crow Creek, they've gotten the wins where they've had to. Against a 3-8 McLaughlin team, an 0-11 Mitchell Christian, 0-9 Takini, 2-9 Ulrichs, and 0-7 Flandreau Indian. But it just seems like you said, their defense has struggled a little bit at times, but their offense is very capable of scoring fast. We just saw that in the JV game. There's a 25-point lead for the Vermillion JV. Just like that, it was down to 13. But then Vermillion's offense kicked in, and boom, just like that, it was back up to 30 points. So if Crow Creek's offense gets hot and their defense can start to hold Vermillion a little bit for a couple shots in a row, I mean, this game could go either way, but if Vermillion plays their style of basketball, I think Crow Creek is going to struggle a little bit.
They haven't had a ton of time either, Cole, to prep for this Vermillion team, obviously most recently playing on Saturday, so they've got a tall task ahead of them coming in town into the birdcage to try and take down a very solid Vermillion Tanagers team. Next, we'll hear from Jay Drake with Heath Nimke. Thanks for tuning in again. Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
This is the Tanager pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Good evening. I'm Heath Nimke, getting you set on the pregame show with our coach's interview with head coach Jay Drake, as I was able to catch up with him earlier today. Coming up here in this interview, we're going to talk about the very busy week that this Vermillion Tanager team has had, including 3 games coming up this week. Crow Creek tonight, Del Rapids here at home before they play the DAC-12 NEC Clash, which will feature another different opponent that Vermillion hasn't seen yet this season. Again, tonight's matchup features Crow Creek, who comes in at 5-8 overall, where the Vermillion boys are 8-3, trying to bounce back after their loss against Sioux Falls Christian. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion boys, Jay Drake. Jay Drake, you get ready for Crow Creek coming up here on this Tuesday evening, but first let's go back to last Thursday. We talked about this huge matchup against Sioux Falls Christian, what it would take to get an upset over the Chargers, and I want to know your perspective. I thought in the first quarter you allowed too many points to the Chargers, and then even later in the game, you could just never get consistent enough stops for the Chargers, or they would always answer back to pull away from you. What was it in the end that you thought slipped away from your team in upsetting Sioux Falls Christian?
Yeah, good game for us, first of all, just from the standpoint of, in my opinion, it's probably the best team in the state, regardless of class, and obviously very good basketball team, and they present a lot of problems and difficult options for you from a team, as a team defensively, and you kind of got to pick your poison. The thing with our guys, we thought as a coaching staff is the game never got away. And we were always right there. They kind of kept us at arm length. But I think, even late third quarter, with about 2 minutes to go, we got it to 5, had it at 5 a couple times in the third, and just kind of gave ourselves a fighting chance. At the end of the day, though, the biggest thing is we could not stop and keep them in front of us from a dribble penetration standpoint. We get them beat off the dribble too much. When you play a team like that, that's, they're tough. You can't simulate those things in practice on the talent they have. But overall, if you're going to knock a team off like that, obviously you got to score offensively. And Trey had a huge game. I thought we were decent enough offensively. But you're probably going to have to keep them in the more like the mid to low 60s. And at the end of the day, when you're giving up 74, it's just too difficult. But overall, for us as a basketball team, I think we had a really good week last week and took some steps forward with the way we played against EPJ on the road, and then to come back and just give ourselves a fighting chance and always be right there in the basketball game against Sioux Falls Christian. And now the big thing is for us to kind of move forward, learn from some things there, and just kind of try to take some confidence from that Christian game and see what we could do. And we're going to need to, because obviously it's going to be a busy week this week with 3 games.
Before we talk about what's coming up for tonight and the rest of this week, I want to go back one other thing that you have now here in the last 2 weeks lost to Lennox, Sioux Falls Christian. Of course, it's always a difficult task when it comes to Dakota Valley, and let's say things don't go right for you in that game. That means those 3 teams are going to be atop in front of you when it comes to the region postseason. And as we know, we're going to need to get an upset somewhere along the lines if we want to make it to the SODAC 16, back to the state tournament. How much are you calculating that in your mind as of right now, and what's going to take to get an upset when it comes to the region postseason?
Really, at this point, not a whole lot. I think we always talk from a team standpoint. Obviously, we know and kind of this way year in, year out, but, our region's always been very difficult. In the past, we've had T in it, and now obviously it probably even gets more difficult this year when you lose T, but you add a team like Sioux Falls Christian, especially with the type of team they have this year. With that said, we go in every year. Obviously, every game is critical from a region seeding standpoint, and yet our big things always you're trying to improve as a basketball team, and you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the year when the region rolls around. But the other thing we always discuss as a team is all these games here, December, January, you're kind of shaping and putting yourself in position to hopefully be in a position where you do have a chance to fight for seeding purposes when games come around in February. So really, and especially in a week like this week with 3 games, I think our thing is, it sounds so cliche, but you're just trying to kind of get through the week, play one game at a time. We've got to take care of our part. And if we can do that, then maybe, here in another week, we can kind of step back, kind of catch our breath. But then I think that's when you start to come down to those final 4 or 5 games. You start kind of punching numbers, seeing where you're at. Obviously, in our situation, we know every game is so dang critical anyway, that if we want to work our way, as we're the 4 seed in our region right now, if we want to work our way up the standings, obviously we keep winning basketball games, and that's stuff we control. That's on us, and for as much as we're worried about other teams, we just got to take care of us at times. If we do that, hopefully we can put ourselves in a position where these games in February are huge.
Looking ahead on the schedule, you mentioned the 3 games this week, and one of the ones that got added, of course, this weekend is the DAC 12 NEC Clash. As we know, the NEC doesn't have their full teams participate in it. In the past couple of years, the Parkston Trojans have replaced one of the teams when it comes to the NEC Conference. Well, this year, Sturgis gets into it, a AA team, and Vermillion just happens to draw the Sturgis Scoopers when it comes to the schedule, the DAC 12 NEC Clash. So how surprised are you in playing a team like Sturgis and a AA opponent?
Huge, very surprised, and honestly, it's a tough situation. And from our standpoint, we had no idea until Monday morning. We didn't know anything about it. Our understanding until Sunday, I guess, was that they would have all NEC teams in it. Britt and Hecla apparently dropped out. I'm not sure how that can happen at that point. And really, it looked like we'd be playing the Britt and Hecla or Aberdeen Roncalli. And, it's something we'll have to worry about later in the week, and we can't do anything about it now, but also very frustrating because I'm not sure how they decided or what the rationale was, because they in past years we've always, if you play a team twice and you get matched up with them in the clash, that's just the way it is, and they kind of move some things around this year. And we've always just put teams in where they're at on the PowerPoint standpoint, and we didn't do that with the Sturgis matchup either. So I'm not sure how they decided it, but it is huge because, one, obviously it'll be a very difficult opponent with the AA team. The other side of that is we're probably missing out on some possible PowerPoints that we could have got if we would have got one of the NEC teams that would have probably been above 500. So frustrating from our standpoint. Again, we always say control the controllables. The disappointing part is just haven't really gotten an explanation on how this was worked out and stuff. So that's obviously frustrating from our standpoint.
All right, let's focus on tonight's matchup. You get a Crow Creek team that comes to town. What can you tell us about Crow Creek? Now, of course, a live team or a common opponent, if you will. It's a new team that has been added to the schedule for your group, 5-8 overall. And when it comes to common opponents as well, we know basically there's 0. So what can you tell us about the Chieftains and what should we expect?
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, and we've talked about this a couple times, and we kind of lost out on a couple teams that backed out late. South Sioux City, Parkston last spring, Wagner this fall, that we were kind of scrambling for games to fill our schedule. And Crow Creek was one that needed a basketball game. We needed one still in November. We were able to work this out with them on this date. And you're right. But, Sioux Falls Lutheran early in the year, Yankton, Baltic, Crow Creek, Sturgis later this week. These are all teams that are new, and you're kind of scrambling. You haven't seen in the past. And then, just in this situation, it was hard to get some film on them. We were able to get, I think, 2 games. But like anything, they're going to want to push in transition. They can score the basketball in a hurry. Dribble penetration, which we struggled with against Sioux Falls Christian. I wouldn't say they have the Sioux Falls Christian personnel, but still, we've got to keep guys in front of us. They're going to shoot a lot of threes. We'll probably see a lot of zone from them. And like anything, it'll be a little different time, too. Just JV varsity going 4:30 and then the 5:45 varsity start. That our guys just got to be ready to play the game. And like anything, we'll have to play well. And if we do that, we feel like we got a good chance. If you give a team confidence in your gym, then you're asking for trouble all night long.
Once again, that is head coach Jay Drake here on our pregame show, catching up with us earlier this morning to talk more about what's all going on for this weekend. Again, going back to the beginning of this interview, talking about the 3 different games, including tonight's game, Del Rapids, and that game on Sturgis, which has had a lot of different things moved around with it so far. Again, that game, I know at one point has been released out there on a schedule that shows 11:45. It has now been moved to 1:15 for the DAC-12 NEC Clash. As we all know, Sturgis is not an NEC team. But right now, we are focused on this Crow Creek game. Can Vermillion keep their offense going and trying to bounce back after their tough loss against Sioux Falls Christian last Thursday and try to get this week off to the right start? Once again, that was head coach Jay Drake. I'm Heath Nimke. This has been the Vermillion Tanagers pregame show on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get you closer to tip-off between Crow Creek and Vermillion. That's on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Back here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV, our starting lineups getting to us here on the court. For the Crow Creek Chieftains, it's number 1, Justin St. John, the 5'11 sophomore guard. Number 3, Walter Gibson, the 5'10 senior guard. Number 5, Bryson Droppo, the 6'2 senior guard. Number 22, Jade Sazu, the 6'2 junior forward. And number 23, Kingston Big Eagle, the 6'3 senior forward. The head coach of the Crow Creek Chieftains is Kenny Seaboy. For the Vermillion Tanagers, as you're getting them right now, number 12, Landon Cerny, the 6' senior guard. Number 24, Carter Hansen, the 6'3 senior guard. Number 30, Luke Jensen, the 6'5 sophomore forward. Number 32, Gabe Larson, the 6'1 junior guard. And number 33, Trey Hansen, the 6'4 senior guard. And the head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers boys team is Jay Drake. Cole, we got two teams here that know how to play fast. Do you expect both of these teams to come out guns a-blazing right away, full court presses maybe? We've seen it out of the Tanagers before.
I think, it's going to come down to what each team obviously sees on film. Like you said, Crow Creek has had less of a little, less of a preparation period. There we go. For this game, as they just played on Saturday. Vermillion, they last played on Thursday. They got a little bit more time, but so far, the size matchup seems a little bit similar. I think it's just going to come down to what each team is feeling here a little bit after about the first two or so minutes.
Kingston Big Eagle and Carter Hansen meet at the center circle, and Hansen wins the tip-off for the Tanagers to start things off. Tanagers come in 63.9 points per game on the offensive end, and they'll start here with an extra chance. Cerny passed up a 3-ball. Now it's Larson off back iron, and rebound grabbed by Big Eagle. Lost it out of bounds, but it'll stay with Crow Creek. So Big Eagle, one of the bigger guys on this Chieftains squad, 6'3", is the senior forward. Has it at the top of the key here. Sazu, far wing. Cross to St. John. Patient offense here to start things off for Crow Creek. And taken away, Trey Hansen coast to coast, has Carter on the backside, dishes it, but shot wasn't there. Trey puts it up, has it blocked away by Big Eagle. And St. John comes away with it. So two possessions, both empty for the Tanagers to start things off. 3-ball from the corner, no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Luke Jensen. Hansen across the timeline, 1-on-5 here, and he'll smartly pull out, swing it around to Trey Hansen. Near wing, Landon Cerny knocks down the 3, and the first 3 points of the game are to Landon Cerny and the Vermillion Tanagers.
And just like you said, Spencer, in the little bit of a pregame, though, before the game, Tanagers drop into that zone press that we've seen from them so far this season. Trey can't get it to fall, but Carter does.
Trey tried to get a little cute with it with the finger roll. Couldn't get that one to drop. But Carter Hansen right there for the offensive rebound and putback. Droppo to the block, now outside. Pump fake from Big Eagle. Pull up long 2-pointers, short. Rebounded by Carter Hansen. Trey Hansen, the long 3, off back iron. Rebounded by Carter. Inside, Luke Jensen fighting for it. Ball on the floor. Near wing, Cerny back up top to Trey. Around the perimeter, back to Carter. Carter thought about the long one. Inside, Cerny. Back to Carter. Ball's been very loose on this Tanagers offensive possession, and Hansen gets his first 3 to go. So Hansen coming off of a 34-point ball game against the number 1 team in Class A. Already he's got 5 here early. And no dice again for Crow Creek. Gonna need a bucket soon before the Tanagers catch too much fire. Inside, Jensen, quick jumper in the paint, off the mark. Gets his own rebound, though, and fight for it. Held ball going to be called. Possession arrow favors Crow Creek.
That's one thing we talked about before the game as well is this is one of those rare instances where Vermillion actually has the size advantage. And so far, if Crow Creek can't get anything done offensively, they've already given up 4 offensive rebounds to the Tanagers so far in the first 3 minutes. They're going to have to improve on that one if they want to stay in it.
Struggling on the offensive end as well to take care of the basketball as another errant pass recovered by Droppo. Let's talk about the size advantage. Luke Jensen, 6'5". Carter Hansen, 6'3". Trey Hansen, 6'4". Biggest man for Crow Creek is 6'3". 3-ball from Walter Gibson. Off the mark, short. Swinging around, Cerny from the corner. Well off. So Cerny, a guy who caught fire early in the season, down to averaging just 6.5 points. Already has 3 in this game. I've seen him take a couple of threes. Quick moving first quarter, just 4:21 left to play. No fouls called yet. And now we get a full timeout right on cue by head coach Kenny Seaboy of the Crow Creek Chieftains. We'll step aside and take it with them here on Live Ticket TV.
Healthier crops and stronger yields. Count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there.
Back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box.
Back here on Vermillion Tanagers Live, Cole Larsch in the production truck encountering an issue there, but got her sorted out. Just a little bit of music here coming in.
It's been a while since I've ran this thing, all right?
That's true.
Give me
Fair
a break.
enough.
Give me a break.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, I got to shout you out. I know you'd shout me out as well on something like that. Ball thrown away again by Crow Creek, and it's a turnover to Vermillion. Still 8-0. As we cross the halfway point here in quarter number one, the Crow Creek Chieftains scoreless. They do average 57 points a game, so this is not a stagnant offense, but the defense, as we mentioned in pregame, would be the biggest point of concern as Landon Cerny finds his 5th point and Vermillion leads by double digits, 10-0. Another takeaway. This time it's Carter Hansen, coast to coast. Hansen with the jam. When you're up ahead, might as well put an exclamation point on it. And Carter Hansen does it there, and almost another turnover forced by Luke Jensen. Trapped in the corner is Walter Gibson. Threw it away. Almost got it back, but Trey Hansen was able to recover up ahead to Carter Hansen, and Carter Hansen finds his 6th point of the ballgame. St. John across to Big Eagle. Into the trap, works through this time. Through contact, back out to the perimeter. And 3 ball on the way, too strong from Droppo. 2:57 here in quarter number one. I still don't think we've seen a single foul called. Hansen inside, nearly traveled. Kept his footing outside. Landon Cerny, another 3 ball. So the senior up to 8 points for the Tanagers, well above his season average here early on. Cole, we talk so much about how anybody steps up for this Tanagers team on the offensive end. Maybe tonight it'll be Landon Cerny back in the action.
Yeah, we talked about it obviously early in the game, and we said this is just a Vermillion Tanagers team that is just so balanced offensively. And you asked me if Trey Hands could have a big night like he had before, and I said probably not because somebody else is going to score a lot of points.
Another 3 missed by Kingston Big Eagle. So at 2:24 here in the first, Crow Creek yet to find their first point, but Landon Cerny is heating up on the offensive end, 20-0. Tanagers out big. Cerny into double digits on the offensive end. 3 ball Walter Gibson, and they finally find a response as Gibson knocks down the first 3 points for Crow Creek of this match. Hansen left hand, pull-up jumper off the glass, couldn't get it to drop. Rebound by Big Eagle. St. John at the point, over to Droppo. Lost it for a second. Now Big Eagle. He'll pull up for 3 off left. Board grabbed by Hansen. So the 2-3 zone here for Crow Creek has not proved successful thus far against the three-point shot from Vermillion. Here's another one fired away by Cerny, in and out. Big Eagle, another rebound. Cross half court, working slowly. Gibson in the corner, guarded by Spencer Blanchette. Back to Big Eagle at the top of the key. And thrown away. Thought it might have been touched by a Tanager, but an errant pass from Big Eagle now turns it over for Crow Creek. Luke Jensen and Gabe Larson check in for the Hansen brothers. Trey and Carter will step off with 57.3 left in quarter number 1. Blanchette now running the point, nearly threw it away, but Luke Jensen's there, hesitates, pulls up for three, well too strong, and rebounded by Walter Gibson. Big Eagle. Now Gibson. Screen set by Big Eagle. Gibson to the right. Big Eagle pulls up for three. Off back iron. Rebounded by Cerny. 20 seconds as Gabe Larson crosses half court. Tanager's going to hold for a last second shot most likely. Jay Drake directing the offense from near the scorer's table. 7 to shoot. Blanchette guarded by 2. Swings it over Landon Cerny. Can he get another one before the quarter ends? No. Rebounded Larson. Fadeaway jumper. Rattled around but no good. Either way, 20-3. A dominant first quarter from the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll step aside for a moment. Have a quarter 1 recap here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
And then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a check mark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
20-3 after 1 quarter of play here in the Birdcage. Thanks for tuning in on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Spencer Buley alongside Cole Larsch. After a dominant first 8 minutes of play from the Vermillion Tanagers on both ends of the floor. Trying to start hot here is Trey Hansen. His 3-ball won't go. And board grabbed by Kingston Big Eagle. 4 rebounds for the big man. Here's Droppo, right side, fading away. Nobody inside but Vermillion for the rebound. Hansen now pushing quickly. Backdoor, Carter Hansen, reverse layup, good. Nice string of transition offense there for the Tanagers. And up to a 22-3 lead now. And off the glass, good for 2 from Justin St. John. Hansen guarded tightly by Gibson, works baseline. Here's Jensen near wing. Inside to Trey Hansen, down low to Carter. Carter threw some contact on the backside. Easy off the glass and in for him. And Carter Hansen finds double digits with 10 tonight. All the way around, nice pump fake from Droppo. Kicks out, Gibson 3-pointer. Off the block, no good. Rebounded by Hansen, well up ahead. This one's intercepted by Big Eagle. Nice behind the back move, but lost it. Gabe Larson with the steal. Up ahead, Trey Hansen doesn't have numbers, so he'll step back. Ball loose. And last touched, it looks like, by Bryson Droppo is what they'll call it.
I believe the referee actually said, quote, "It's out on me, it's out on me," as he was out of bounds.
An honest man. Javon Dion Kind of took an elbow to the face from Trey Hansen. Glad to see that he shook that off right away. Cross-court pass intercepted by Droppo. Chieftains working in transition, but nice recovery by Vermillion once again. Into the corner with St. John. Trying to cross Cerny. Big Eagle working on the 6'5", Luke Jensen. His fadeaway won't go. Rebounded by Trey Hansen. Trey Euro step into the paint, and they're going to call him for a travel.
Yeah, one extra step called there by our official there, Brian Rook. I don't know the story about him. Had a heart attack, collapsed in Centerville, actually. Got him out of the hospital. And when we see some referees start wearing red whistles, that's going to be about a week or 2 week memory for him, saying officials should start taking better care of their health. And good movement there started by Mr. Rook.
And, of course, always shout out to all of our high school officials who work these games, put on great competition environments for these kids. So Luke Jensen knocks down another three. And nice response there from Jevwan Dion. So 3 players now have scored for Crow Creek: Walter Gibson, Jevwan Dion, and Justin St. John. Their total of 8 points. Still a 19-point lead for Vermillion. Carter Hansen tries it. Rebound, Trey Hansen can't get it to go. Trey going to go up one more time and an and one. Fouled from the backside by Kingston Big Eagle.
First foul call of the game.
Yep. So our first free throw.
I'm glad you agreed with me, because I was right. Just like to point that out.
Hansen's old-fashioned three-point play is good. 6th point of the night for Trey Hansen.
Tell you what, I'm definitely rusty running this thing over here. The scoreboard's been off and on.
Well, we don't have the clock running right now, and now it's running. So, got about an extra 8 seconds of play here in quarter number 2.
Why
Hansen
not?
Through traffic.
Still early. Got plenty of time for extra basketball.
Carter Hansen through traffic finds his 12th point. He now leads all scoring for the Tanagers. Away from Big Eagle from beyond the arc. No good. Rebounded by Carter Hansen. Trey Hansen, baseline. Skip pass. Luke Jensen for 3. Same spot, different result. Trey double-teamed here. Somebody's open. Finds Carter. Finds Cerny. Back to Trey. Into the paint. Carter Hansen wide open three-pointer. Short. Off the hands of Luke Jensen. And out of bounds. I'll stop for a moment. Our near side referee pointed that it was staying with the Tanagers, but...
Yeah, he did, but he corrected himself.
Yes.
As he was bending over to reach down for the ball. I realized right away it's one of those where they say, do as I say, not as I point. That was always a good referee line we heard on the bench all the time at MVP.
3:50 left to play in quarter number 2. So we are more than halfway through now. 3-ball good from the far corner. 2-ball. Correction. Long 2 for Justin St. John. So the last thing that Chieftains need is to have their toes on the line when they're making threes. Quick passes here from the Tanagers on offense. Inside, Luke Jensen uses his size to his advantage. 5 points for Jensen as he banks it in over Kingston Big Eagle.
This is one of the rare scenarios as well where Vermillion, like I said, has that size advantage, so we can actually finally get some post players working on some post moves inside.
Kingston Big Eagle finds his first 3 points of the contest. 34-13 your score. Inside 3 minutes left to play. Luke Jensen works inside for another 2 points.
Yeah, 7 points for him all in the second quarter, putting together that nice string. And as we said in the pregame show, Trey Hansen with those 34 points. Just 6 so far, but a lot of scoring for the Tanagers, balanced out.
Yeah, Blanchette now on the board with 2. Averages just under 4 per ball game. So good to see him getting involved early. Up top, Walter Gibson. Screen from Big Eagle. He'll take it left side through Blanchette and Hansen. Foul going to be called. I believe they're going to get Carter Hansen here. Nope, Spencer Blanchette picks up his first foul. So the first team foul given for the Vermillion Tanagers comes with 2:15 left in quarter number 2. An impressively clean game here tonight. Out of bounds, last touched by Vermillion. You see it there on the replay. Looks like it went off the leg of Trey Hansen.
Either the hand or Blanchette, or either off the hand of Blanchette or the leg of Trey Hansen, one of the two.
Big Eagle, long three off the front of the rim and rebounded by Blanchette. Here's Hansen pushing with speed across the timeline. Now Carter, baseline drive, easy two-hand layup for him. So Carter been using his size tonight. 6'3", so not overpowering this Crow Creek team by any means, but just a lot of length on Carter Hansen. He knows how to use it when he attacks the rim. Into Trey, down low Carson Preister. Nice dish to Luke Jensen. So Carson Preister gets his first touch of the game and picks up a quick and easy assist to Luke Jensen. Another turnover forced by the Tanager defense. Ahead, Carter Hansen. Spencer Blanchette in transition. Nice move to get around the much taller Kingston Big Eagle. Inside, again, Big Eagle, 6'3", the biggest guy along with Stephen Jones for this Crow Creek offense. And here's Blanchette, wide open layup. Give him his 6th point of the night. And starting to see this offense wear on Crow Creek. Specifically, that last possession saw Kingston Big Eagle just simply walking back on the defensive end. Takeaway from Vermillion, and points converted out of it by Trey Hansen. 8th point for him, and 48th for the Tanagers here in half number 1. 30 seconds left, about 4 separate the shot and game clock. Move inside, Big Eagle couldn't get it to go, but Preister fouls him off his own rebound and put back. Subs checking in for Crow Creek. Jade Sazu and Trey Ross check in. Both free throws good for Big Eagle. Trey Hansen going to hold for the last second shot. 48-15 is the lead for Vermillion. Here's Hansen around the screen of Luke Jensen. Nice pump fake to get inside off the pass. Another 2 points for Trey Hansen. Up to 10 in the ball game and finds Vermillion's 50th of the first half. That does it for the first 16 minutes and 8 seconds of play, if you count that extra clock stoppage that didn't happen. But 50-15, Tanagers dominate half number 1 here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here,
welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
50-15, your score after one half of play. Cole, you and I were kind of talking over break. Not sure we expected this to be the case. We didn't really know what to expect necessarily, but I'm not sure either of us could have predicted this.
No, I mean, when we just talked about it actually a little bit, and I said, well, I expected points. I didn't expect this many points to be just on one side of the basketball. I mean, Vermillion, they're playing very good right now offensively, and it's not just like they're throwing up a bunch of three-pointers like we've seen in the past from this Vermillion Tanager squad. And we talk about it with Lewis Budmeyer, obviously, a couple times. He's just like, you know what, sometimes we live and die with a 3 too much, and we have the most success when we go inside. So far, I mean, they're getting inside, they're whipping the ball around in the zone, they're dishing it really well, and they're putting in a lot of easy shots that they're able to play, or that they're able to make. So, I mean, maybe it's maybe not quite a direct correlation, but causation or whatever that other term is. I don't even know. It's too big of a word for me to know, but maybe it's not directly related, but it might be a cause that they're getting inside, they're moving the ball around, and they're really spreading the wealth of this offense so far. I mean, 50 points on, 7 different scores, 6 or 7?
That's exactly what I was about to point out. There have been this whole team is getting involved. I believe we have 5 different scorers for Vermillion, if I counted that correctly. We'll get you the stats here so far. Landon Cerny has 11 points and 2 rebounds. Spencer Blanchette has 6 points and a rebound. Carter Hansen has 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Put him on double-double watch, assuming he gets to play here in half number 2. Luke Jensen with 9 points, 3 rebounds. Gabe Larson has yet to score. The one starter that has not scored for Vermillion so far, but he's got 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. And then Trey Hansen leads all – or no, excuse me, that's not correct. Trey Hansen has 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Carter Hansen leads all scoring, Trey Hansen's brother. For Crow Creek on the other side, scoring obviously been a struggle here tonight, 15 points. Justin St. John has 4 points and a rebound. Javon Dion has 3 points. Walter Gibson has 3 points and a rebound. Bryson Droppo has not scored yet, but does have a rebound and a steal. And then Kingston Big Eagle has 6 points, 6 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Big Eagle's been trying to get going on the offensive end for Crow Creek, Cole, but so far the Vermillion defense has simply shut down Kingston Big Eagle and really this entire Crow Creek offense as a whole.
Yeah, they've shut down a lot of it. I think, as much as we talk about it, usually not in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers, a lot of it is the size advantage. I mean, Crow Creek's been trying to work it inside. They've been trying to move the ball around, and Vermillion's just showing them that, hey, we're taller. We're just going to stand in here. We're going to put a little bit of ball pressure on you so you get a little bit of get a little sloppier out by the three-point line, and then once you try to throw it in there, we're just going to try to pick it away and try the Hail Mary pass for a lay-in. But, you got to give a lot of credit to Vermillion, what they've done defensively. This is a team that usually they're typical, like they always like to say, whoever you talk to, whether it's Jay Drake or Lewis Budmeyer or John Roovers down there, Connor Roerig even, they always pride themselves on their defense, but usually it's their offense that has to keep up because they're allowing so many points. Now in the last couple of games, you take away that Sioux Falls Christian game where they held a really good offense to a low amount of points for a long time. Their defense is playing exceptionally well right now, and it's propelling them to win a lot of games so far, and if they can keep this up, it's going to be hard for any team to beat them.
Turnovers have been a big key of this Vermillion Tanagers defense and looking to continue it here in half number 2. Just a note, we will start half number 2 with running clock, so the clock will only stop for free throws and timeouts. So it's probably going to be a fast-moving 16 minutes coming your way next on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. We'll be back in about a minute and a half.
To keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Back here in the birdcage for half number 2 between the Crow Creek Chieftains and the Vermillion Tanagers.
Welcome back to the
6
Vermillion
o'clock game
Booster
got started
Club
early, and we are going to end early as well. Running clock in effect, 50-15 your score as quarter number 3 gets underway with Trey Hansen at the point. Quick passes right away from the Vermillion Tanagers and a quick 2 points for Luke Jensen. Pushes him over double digits, 11 points on the night.
Yeah, it's just good to get this playing time. As you see Jay Drake over there talking to some bench guys, seeing who they're going to get in next. A lot of guys in there got their starting to take their warm-ups off, and, well, that was
right
fast.
away.
Right on cue. It's like he was listening to me or something like that.
Right away, we will get a full slate. Subbing in for the Vermillion Tanagers, we'll see Spencer Blanchette, Carson Preister, Sean Doan, Trenton Thomas, and I believe
10, Cade Ruvers.
Cade Ruvers, yes. So we'll see a second half from the Vermillion Tanagers reserves. Starting on the defensive end. Up top, Walter Gibson. Hands off to Droppo. Hands off to St. John. St. John inside elbow jumper. Gets it to go. So quickly, Crow Creek able to find 2 points, taking advantage of the line change. Cole, almost seems like the Crow Creek intensity kind of elevated once this second unit for Vermillion checked in. Maybe some more confidence.
Well, it's either that or it's maybe a little bit of, get a good halftime speech in there, come out and, all right, this first half obviously didn't go the way we wanted it to, but come out here and improve for the last 16 minutes.
Cade Ruvers, chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. As foul is called on Justin St. John, his first of the game. Cade Ruvers' first free throw and only free throw is short, off the mark and rebounded by Kingston Big Eagle. Up top, St. John. Here's Droppo. Pass underneath taken away by Doan. 6:22 remains in quarter number 3. Ruvers, Blanchette, Doan, back to Blanchette. Long three-pointer for Spencer, short. And into the Vermillion Tanager student section, which has taken a seat. Watching on the finish of this one. Droppo across half court. Big Eagle working on Preister. And too high off the glass, gets his own rebound, back up again, and Kingston Big Eagle finds a way inside. It's 2 to go, and 7 points on the night for him. Blanchette had an open lane, instead kicks out, three-pointer in and out from Trenton Thomas. Now trouble near the scorer's table, and smart timeout called by Walter Gibson as he was in the death trap on the side around half court. Quick timeout here, 30 seconds. We'll step aside on Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV.
Are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blue Tin Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetindesign.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Quick three-pointer from Kingston Big Eagle. Out of the timeout, and he finds his 10th point of the night, getting into double figures for the Chieftains. Trying to find some offense. 54-22 is the score. Again, we are on running clock, and that won't stop until the lead is cut to 20. So even if we get back within 30, it will continue to run. Gibson, Big Eagle. Here's Droppo off the front of the rim, rattles around and grabbed by Sean Doan. Ruvers hands off to Preister. Working on Big Eagle. Preister inside, lost the handle. Out to Blanchette. Here's Thomas. Preister again. And Preister's going to be called for a double dribble here. So Carson Preister, one of the guys that will get time fairly often with the starters on varsity. And now we get a timeout called by Jay Drake. Going to regroup the reserves for just a moment. We'll step aside on Live Ticket TV.
Never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
(54-22) off the quick Jay Drake timeout with 4:16 left to play in quarter number 3. Crow Creek starting to put some offense together. Kingston Big Eagle, the leader of that. Here's Gibson. Now to Droppo through contact. Off the glass, too strong, but an offensive board for Jade Sazu, who is fouled. Walter Gibson hit the deck pretty hard. Good to see he's okay. Cade Roovers is credited with the foul. First team foul for Vermillion here in quarter number 3. So Sazu heads to the line in search of his first point of the night. And knocks down the first free throw. Second one on the way from Sazo. Great timed brick from the student section there. Got to give him credit. That was solid. It was silent in here.
It was, yeah. You could hear a pin drop, and all of a sudden somebody in the student section goes, brick!
Well done,
I have a really good guess on who it was as well.
Carson Preister, big three-pointer from the far wing for his first 3 points of the contest. And it puts the Tanagers out 57-23, and a foul called on Trenton Thomas on the three-pointer. And Cole, that last three from Carson Preister had very similar contact as well, but it was not called. But they get Trenton Thomas here against Justin St. John. Preister let that three ball fall, and then there was contact made with him when he was landing. I actually thought he was going to get an and one out of it.
I think probably the main difference they're looking for there and their officials is always love sticking up for them, because without them, we don't play this game.
Of course.
And one of the things, obviously, on those three-point shots is allowing them space to land. And I think that this last one on Trenton Thomas was not closer. Was there maybe a little contact? Yes, but it was before he landed, so that's why it got called this time.
Second free throw good for Justin St. John. Blanchette. Trenton Thomas, left-handed dribble into the paint, fadeaway jumper. Would have been a nice shot, but just off the mark. Rebounded by Justin St. John. Gibson will take control of the offense. Three-pointer from Droppo, and we get an offensive foul. It's on Justin St. John, his second. It's an illegal screen, I believe, was the call against Justin. 2:45 left here in quarter number 3. Tanagers ahead 57-25. Preister, far wing, hands off Thomas. Thomas, long three-pointer, just misses. And an offensive board from Blanchette has it ripped away. Student section wanted a foul, but great defense from Crow Creek. Here's Big Eagle, now in the corner, trying to put the moves on Carson Preister. Outside Gibson, far wing, thought about the three, back to Big Eagle. Guarded closely by Carson Preister. And shot no good, well off the mark.
And Big Eagle's going to laugh at that one a little bit. Had some of the students going, "Oh my God!" He kind of looked over there, started laughing at him.
He's working on a 6'4" Carson Preister, so Preister may play with the reserves more than the starters, but he's an athlete that sees a lot of time the varsity level for the Vermillion Tanagers, as well as Spencer Blanchette, who makes a nice move inside. Euro step, reverse layup for his 8th point of the ball game. He's played a really nice game tonight. Came in averaging just 3.9, but with 8 points, he is outdoing his normal scoring. Taken away by Trenton Thomas. Blanchette finds Doan ahead, so give Blanchette an assist now, and Sean Doan his first 2 points of the night. 1:10 left in quarter number 3. Big Eagle still going to work on Preister. Outside three-pointer on the way from St. John, too strong. Rebounded by Preister. Blanchette will slow things down. Roovers, Preister pulls up from the top of the key. How about it? Carson Preister knocks down the 3, his 2nd of the quarter. 6 points for him since checking in. St. John works left on Blanchette. Floater just short. And Spencer will pull up and hold for the last second shot. He'll be guarded by St. John. Over to Roovers. So now Roovers will hang out, guarded by Walter Gibson. Forced to handle it carefully. Back to Blanchette with 10. Blanchette, left side, around St. John, up and under. How about it? Spencer Blanchette. Chance for a last shot from Coe Creek, no. So Blanchette finds his 10th point and some flashy basketball coming your way from the Vermillion Tanagers. 2nd unit here in quarter number 3. 4th quarter action comes up next, 66-25. Vermillion out in front here on Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV.
Your locally owned and operated Ready Mix Company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
6:25 as we get started here in the 4th quarter. Crow Creek on the offensive end. Gibson near wing, hands off to Droppo. Droppo driving right, kicks out. Gibson nowhere to go. St. John flashes out, inside a 10 to shoot. 6 on the shot clock, and Carson Preister with a takeaway. Easy lay-in in transition for the 6'4 senior. 8 points on the evening for Carson Preister. 68 now for the Vermillion Tanagers. Here's Big Eagle, just couldn't connect. Off the glass, would have been a clean fadeaway for the big man. Tanagers working around the perimeter. Blanchette outside. Carson Preister, he's made one from that spot. Give him 2. Gets the friendly bounce for his 11th point. Gibson now trying to respond. Nothing but net for Walter Gibson. 6 points for the 5'10 senior. 6.5 remaining. Preister, everybody wants him to shoot it. In and out. Couldn't get it to go. You saw that ball go into Preister's hands in the corner. You saw the student section put threes up. You saw the bench all stand up. It's exciting basketball to see these guys get in and excel. Three-pointer somehow finds a way in from Justin St. John. May have been a 2. I believe they do. It is a 2. So kind of very flat shot from Justin St. John. Just stuck right on the brick and fell in. Goes down as made jumper either way. Doesn't matter how it goes in. Blanchette now trying from the corner. Spencer Blanchette connects. 13 points for Spencer Blanchette, the sophomore having himself a night. St. John, near wing, guarded tightly by Thomas. Doan here, guarding Nathaniel Big Eagle, who's checked in. Nathaniel actually the biggest man on the roster at 6'5". And hitting the floor hard is Trenton Thomas. And Thomas may have hit the back of his head pretty hard. So while they tend to Thomas, a quick scoring update. Carter Hansen has 14, still leading the Vermillion Tanagers, but Spencer Blanchette hot on his trail with 13 points tonight. And for Crow Creek, it's Kingston Big Eagle with 10, tied with Justin St. John with 10 apiece. So while they tend to Trenton Thomas, we'll take a quick 30-second break here on Live Ticket TV.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the...
Trenton Thomas was able to be helped off, walk off on both legs, so hopefully nothing serious for the junior. But checking in his place is Grant Rohrig, 6'1" sophomore guard. Here he is at the top of the key, swings to Blanchette. Blanchette, three-pointer, knocks it down. 2 3-pointers for Spencer Blanchette here. Shortly apart from one another. And with 4:43 left in the game, it's 77-32. Tanagers up, and now Sean Doan down in the backcourt for Vermillion. And still down is Sean Doan. He's holding his ankle. So this is the worst thing that can happen in a situation like this is you start getting guys injured in running clock time. So they'll try and hustle off Sean Doan. Now he's helped off. Able to put a little weight on that right leg. Looked like he was grabbing for his ankle. But they'll keep Amy Richardson busy here this evening.
I was just going to say, one of the things you don't want in the middle of a game as an athletic trainer is a busy training room.
You hope to never have to do your job in the middle of a game, especially a game that Vermillion's clearly got the handle on. Three-pointer here, good. And that is Daxton Christensen who checked in. So another Tanager on the board for scoring tonight. And taken away, this is Cameron Bottleson. Other way, Cameron Bottleson, 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Tanagers have scored tonight. And here's a nice response from Walter Gibson, knocking down the corner three. No rim was touched in the process. And now we're seeing more and more of the JV squad check in as number 14, give me a second here. Let me open up the secondary roster. That is Tyson Hovden, the 5'7" freshman, who's running the point for the Tanagers right now. Inside, nice bucket from Daxton Christensen. A head shot won't go for Bryson Droppo. Here's Hovden in some trouble in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Henry Orr. Christensen up top. And we get a foul called on the floor. It's going to go on Bryson Droppo. They get it into Grant Rohrig. Works top of the key. He's trapped. Here's a three ball on the way from Tyson. Hovden knocks it down. Another one, Cole. Add it to the list.
I have no more room in my stat sheet. I mean, everybody that's gotten in has a stat of some kind.
Don't even have a slot for some of these guys on the. This is awesome. This is great to watch. 87 points for the Vermillion Tanagers as we are inside of 2 minutes left to play now. Big Eagle gets it in. Long three-pointer from Walter Gibson. Couldn't get it to go. Jade Sazu with the rebound. Puts it up and misses left. Grant Rohrig with the rebound. Rohrig in trouble in the backcourt and gets it ahead to Hovden. Hovden through traffic. Around one, couldn't get the lay-in to go. Rohrig fighting for the rebound. And out of bounds, they'll say last touched by him. We'll get another sub for the Chieftains. Javon Dion checks back in. Droppo will bring it across the timeline. Over to Walter Gibson. Gibson long three-pointer won't go. And they'll work it ahead to Hovden. Hovden top of the key, has it taken by Bryson Droppo. Coming the other way for Crow Creek. Right hand inside. Almost lost it. Grant Rohrig couldn't hang on. St. John to the baseline. Outside, Gibson going to fire away. Misses well right. And with that, the Tanagers can milk the clock here. Not sure if they will. Going to have to get it across half court first. Rohrig to Tyson Hovden. And finally across to Cameron Bottolfson. And it looks like now we'll settle down. Grant Rohrig passes to Henry Orr. Back to Rohrig, and Rohrig will hold this thing and let the time tick away. 87-35, your final score from the birdcage. As the Vermillion Tanagers take care of business and dominate the Crow Creek Chieftains. We're going to step aside for a moment here on Live Ticket TV and be back with post-game between Spencer Buley and Cole Larsch, along with a couple of interviews on the way from a player and coach, Lewis Budmeyer, here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Is your safe place to take your dog while you're away? They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need. to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
There's no better way to bring in the new year than with a new Deere. And Grossenberg Implement has a huge selection of new John Deere equipment as well as specials on used equipment from John Deere and other brands. Get dependable agricultural, residential, and commercial equipment at Grossenberg Implement with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. Stop by to visit with a sales professional today or go to grossenberg.com to browse the new and used inventory. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
$87-35 your final score as we get you set for the post-game show here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Spencer Buley alongside Cole Larsch. We thank you all for tuning in to us tonight. Cole, nothing but utter dominance from the Vermillion Tanagers tonight.
Yeah, we knew coming in that we were going to see a lot of points scored, and that is exactly what happened. There's a lot of points on the Vermillion side as well. You'll talk about it here in a little bit, but obviously 87-35. There's so many stats to go through individually here for the Tanagers. I mean, just an all-around great game for them.
Official stats, as we have them. Cole, you want to go through them?
Yeah, sure, I'll run through them quick. Why not? First for Crow Creek, their leading scorer was Kingston Big Eagle. He finished the game with 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks for him. Justin St. John, 10 points, 2 boards, an assist, 2 steals. Walter Gibson with 9 points. Javon Dion with 3, and Jade Sauzu with 1 to round out their scoring. 3 in the first, 12 in the second, 10 in the third, 10 in the fourth for their 35. For the Vermillion Tanagers, here we go. We're just going to go down the list numerically. Cade Roovers with 2 points. Landon Cerny, 11 points, 2 rebounds. Spencer Blanchette, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Grant Rohrig with 2 rebounds and an assist. Trenton Thomas with a steal. Daxton Christensen, 5 points and a rebound. Carter Hansen, 14 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Luke Jensen, 11 points and 3 rebounds. Gabe Larson, 3 rebounds, assist, and a steal. Trey Hansen, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Sean Doan, 2 points, a rebound, and a steal. Carson Preister with 11, a rebound, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Cameron Bottleson with 2 points and a steal. Henry Orr with 2 rebounds. And Tyson Hovden with 3 points. They scored 20 in the first, 30 in the second, 16 in the third, 21 in the fourth quarter for their total of 87. 87-35, the final score.
All right. Got our interviews lined up. We're going to first talk with Spencer Blanchette as we get him set here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. Spencer, talk about how fun this matchup was. I mean, obviously you guys come out, light it up there in the first half, and that second half, how fun was it?
I mean, it was pretty good. A lot of energy and effort from the guys on the team. We really needed this win coming from Thursday. We fought pretty well against Christian, but we didn't get the result that we wanted to, so getting this dub was really good.
Did you feel like speaking of that Sioux Falls Christian game, did you feel like you guys maybe had a little bit of extra fire coming into this one? You know, you take a tough loss. That was a really, really great game that you guys played. Did you feel like there was a little bit of a chip on your shoulder coming into this one?
Yeah. I mean, we just got to keep moving game per game. It's just consistency. We're trying to build consistency throughout the season.
And we know your coaches all the time. We talk to them. They talk about one game at a time. You look at this stretch you guys have coming up as well. Some of the starters, get to rest their legs tonight. But most importantly, you guys got to be at home against Sioux Falls Christian. You got to be at home here tonight. And you get to be at home again on Thursday. How nice is it to not have to travel and just be here playing at home in the Birdcage?
Yeah, not having to leave is it's pretty good. Playing in front of the fans is always a good experience for everyone on the team. Having the support of the whole home court crowd, everything. It's just a good experience.
16 points for you. Standout performance here tonight. I want to congratulate you on that. But just talk a little bit about what was leading you to find success here tonight.
Coming into Thursday, I had zero energy, effort whatsoever. So I felt like just coming into this game and just using all my energy because I'm like fighting a cold right now.
Gotcha.
So just using all my energy is just put it all into the game.
Do we credit you with a little Michael Jordan flu game action? Can we write that down?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, either way, awesome game, Spencer. Congratulations on the win, and thank you. Next up, Coach, I don't believe we've met.
I don't think so.
I'm Spencer Buley.
Connor Org. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Connor. So, first question I asked Spencer as well, just how fun was it tonight getting to watch this performance unfold?
These games are always fun when you got a lot on your plate coming up into this week, but you got to take care of business going into these games. You got to take it one game at a time. We knew coming into this game is they can make shots, right? And we got to take care of business right away. And we did that. We got up early, got up big, and it's always fun when you get everyone on the bench playing. They're scoring. The bench is having fun watching the bench players score. Balls moving around. We're making shots. These games are always fun. Just seeing everyone excited and having fun playing basketball.
Yeah, it's a big change of pace as well from that Sioux Falls Christian game. Did you feel like, was there any message this week about Sioux Falls Christian, maybe a little bit of extra motivation, chip on your shoulder, or was that game kind of a, you know what, we left it all out there, we move on, no mention of Sioux Falls Christian, one game at a time? Was there any extra momentum coming into this, a little bit of extra fire?
The thing we took from Sioux Falls Christian was that was a good game. We battled hard, and we gave them all we got. And we're just going to have to defend better next time. But going into this week, we just knew we have to take care of our own business. We control our own destiny at this point with the seeding and how everything is going to travel out. If we win out, we should be good. We don't have to worry about anything else. So as far as Sioux Falls Christian goes, it's good to look back saying we need to play better defense. But it also knows we gave them a lot on the offensive end. We played really well, and we just need to keep building on that. We can't take any steps back.
Yeah, you talk about the defense. I mean, that was the key there in quarter number one. I believe you guys held Crow Creek scoreless for majority of that first quarter. What was the big key there?
The big key was just don't let them breathe. We're doing a little full court press. We're trying to just make them uncomfortable, not let them do what they want to do and shoot a lot of threes and get the game going up and down. We want to shut them down, either get a full court press or slow them down and make them do things they don't want to do. And, that's what we did. We got them uncomfortable. We got them shooting shots they don't want to take and being uncomfortable, not doing things they want to do. And that just got us going up and down, got our energy going. And the more energy we had, the better the defensive end went because we were talking more, flying around, making plays. That's just fun. When you're stopping people, that just builds into more and more stops.
And from a coaching perspective as well, you look at a game like this, you go into halftime, it's 50-15. What is the message to your team at halftime there?
The message is it's good. There were some nitpicky things we had, like we gave up some threes in the second quarter. Our defense wasn't as great. We were being a little lazy. But it's keep building. At that point, we know our second team's going to play, our third team's going to play. We can't let them hit a couple threes and get a little confidence. And we want to keep this game going. We want to build a bigger lead. We want to just not let them breathe at all still and get confidence from all three squads going into the next game.
11 out of your 15, rostered varsity players scored tonight. 15 officially in the stat book. That's the number that we had. 11 scored, 15 officially in the stat book. How awesome is that to see?
It's so fun because the kids are having fun. They're looking for their own shot. And even the varsity players, they're all standing up. They're cheering. They're being loud. They're having fun. They're telling people when to shoot and when not to shoot because they want to see certain people. They want everyone to score. They want that to be 15 out of 15.
Right.
And, the kids are having fun. They're loving basketball, and that's what we're all about. One of the last things Drake says before every single game is just have fun. Right? He's got a list of things that we need to do, play defense, blah, 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 whatever. But the last thing he always says is have fun. And that's what we got to see from the kids today. They were all having fun. They were smiling. It was just good to see how much they enjoyed the game of basketball tonight.
It was a great game to watch. Obviously, your starters get to rest their legs a little bit. You talk about how important it is to win the upcoming games, maybe even talking about winning out as well, very doable. But your starters get to rest your legs a little bit. You've been at home for 2 games in a row. You get a home game on Thursday as well. It feels like the momentum's kind of on you guys' side.
Yeah, it's good to have this momentum and have a good game against Christian, and even going back into the Elk Point game, we played well. Our mentality was good, and then we played good against Christian. We just got to take it one game at a time, though. We got to focus on Del Rapids at home. Sturgis is really good. We got to do a lot of game planning for them, but just one game at a time, one practice at a time, and just keep our head to the grindstone and keep doing things our way.
All right, Coach, kept you long enough. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats on the win tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, there it was, Spencer Blanchette and Coach Connor Rohrig here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Cole, final thoughts on tonight's game and looking ahead to Thursday.
Well, I just want to say first, Connor did a great job filling in for Coach Budmeyer. Obviously, Budmeyer's still in the training room. Trent Thomas obviously went down, hit his head. Sean Doan rolled his ankle there a little bit. Jay Drake got the report. He's coming back out. I'm actually taking football officiating with him this semester.
Hey.
So that's what, I always talk.
That's a heck of a time.
I always ask Coach Budmeyer what you and him talk about before the interview. That's what us two were talking about, even down there before the game and now back up here. So, it was just one of those games where you knew coming in, obviously the team knew much more than we did. We thought there was going to be points scored and pretty balanced, but it was pretty one-sided in favor of Vermillion, and they said, hey, take it one game at a time, and just like Jay Drake said at the end, always have fun, and it seemed like they were having a blast. These last 2 games have been, you think about the feeling after that Lennox game, after that West Central game, and you look at that compared to where we are now against Sioux Falls Christian and now Crow Creek, it is a night and day difference, and I think that's going to make a very big difference, not only as we keep progressing through games, and I know all the coaching staff, they always like to say, let's take it one game at a time, but right now, they're 9-3. That's 12 games. We're inching closer and closer and closer to the later part of the season, the end of the regular season, the region playoff, SODAC 16. So as much as we think and we want to keep it as far away as possible, it's getting a lot closer, and I think what they're doing right now is going to build and help them immensely late in the year.
Well, the messages from the coaching staff have worked. That's for darn sure. There's no doubt about it. You come off of a Sioux Falls Christian game, you could feel a little bit. Spencer Blanchette was still a little bit frustrated about that game. There's no doubt that was one where some of these guys are going to say, man, we really had that close. We had a chance. But either way, it has been an incredible run for Vermillion so far, and looking forward to a lot of great basketball to come here. Del Rapids will be the opponent right here in the Birdcage on Thursday. I will be gone. Go Vermillion. Good Lord have mercy. Go South Dakota Track. We'll be out at Kansas State competing, but Cole Larsch and Heath Nimke will be on the call here for that one. But that does it for us here in the Birdcage. Spencer Buley, Cole Larsch, thank you for tuning in for Heath Nimke in the pregame and our interview, Spencer Blanchette and Connor Rohrig. Shout out to them as well. We'll see you back here on Thursday for Del Rapids action.